I'm here up at Cameron Barracks in Inverness. Travelled up today. The barracks, as you will see behind me, and in front of me is quite a large, what looks like a sort of council style housing estate, but it isn't. It's where the soldiers live and their families. It's quite a big estate, and there's lots of them. And what's happening here in Inverness at the Cameron Barracks is there's 300 asylum seekers. Male asylum seekers are going to be housed in the barracks behind me, while, as you can see, this small fence between them and this estate full of army families, married quarters, young children. And here's the kicker. The men are just about to be deployed. Just in time for December, when these barracks get filled with 300 fighting age, single male migrants, many of them unvetted, who will be unsure of their actual real credentials.
I think it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. There's so many homeless people begging in the street. Get them out. Sorry, but I get them out.
Do you feel, why do you feel that way? Is it a safety, or just you don't want people in the barracks? What's your reason?
Why is it all single men? Why is it all single men? Protect your kids. Protect your kids. Your kids come first. Look at the last one, they just like, it wasn't even meant to be. When he was only here 2 weeks, so we done that to a young kid, a 14-year-old kid. Come on.
Is this a story in Elgin you're talking about?
No, this is a big, this is a big, local one. This is another one that's just happened recently in Inverness. A horrible one.
And was that an asylum seeker?
Asylum seeker, that was a 14-year-old kid.
Wow.
14-year-old kid, and you've got a cheek to bring them into Inverness. Protect your kids come first.
I would say it's definitely negative, because you don't know who these guys have kept. I mean, why are you having to take in their women and kids with them? You know, they're leaving. It's not right. They're coming over here by boat illegally, and we're expected to put them up. You know, it's just it's not on. I think I don't think women. I don't think women in general will like it, because you hear of what's going on, issues with rapings and stuff. You don't know where these people came from, so who'd say it wouldn't happen here?
I thought the barracks was an empty building. I didn't think it was in use. I've thought that for a lot of years, and that's basically how I've seen it, so I don't really know much about it.
Have you heard the news that there's 300 asylum seekers been put in there in December?
Oh yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Do you have a view on that?
Not really, because I'm really at a loss for how this country's going, because I'm very old-fashioned, and I believe that we should keep everything separate. 6 days to work and the 7th day is a day of rest, and we literally should be looking out for one another and loving one another and helping one another and guiding one another and supporting one another, but whatever the colour of skin or whatever. But I think the world's all changing. After seeing the horrific disaster at the weekend with the train disaster, it really horrifies me. I just wonder where this country's going. And I really can't quite take it in that there was so much carnage on that train, because I've done that route myself.
Is it fair to say if it was like families, maybe women, children and stuff, it would be a different opinion locally? Is it just to feel that it is single fighting age men, for want of a better description?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I mean,
do you feel your opinion is the sort of consensus for people in Inverness? Is that the general feeling that there's a fear here for safety of females, children?
Safety for females, children. Just why is it all single men? See, at the end of the day, they were meant to go to Rwanda. If you remember that, they were all meant to go to Rwanda. Why is Rwanda not taking them? Because we're Rwanda a bit worse than here. We're not that bad. But the people that are coming in, no, I don't agree with it. That's what we're talking about.
Why leave your...
Is your opinion the sort of opinion of, you would say, the majority of the town that I'm talking about?
Definitely, yes. Definitely sort of family age people, the young male, well, not young males, but like middle-aged men, young males, families, etc. No, they're talking about demonstration happening here. I mean, you know, so I would say it's, apart from that, it's your lefties. You're
the only ones that are not.
Aye.
And I hear there's a suggestion that the ex-veterans are going to be doing a protest. Have you heard anything about that locally?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that the other day that they were planning it. So, what do you think? It's a good thing. Yeah.
Do you think it's wise to house so many, and it's going to be 300 men, they're not putting families in there, in an area that's close to a school? And a thing that I wasn't aware of until I came up here, that there's still family accommodation for active army personnel there. So there's women, children, families on that same site. Is that something that you think's a concern, or am I being silly being concerned about that?
I think I have mixed views on that, because the trouble is there's been so much speculation. I think the good thing was at the weekend when the train driver and some of these other cases of the past of Southport, and the boys, the 14-year-old boy being stabbed to death and things like this, colour of skin, it never used to come into being when I was growing up, and we have moved on greatly. And it's really a difficult one. I just cannot really answer on that note, because we've got a different country, a totally different country to that of when I was growing up as a child.
For better or for worse?
I would say for worse.
It's been a good day, apart from not feeling the best. We've had the same response from pretty much everybody. People are up here, they're really, really feeling, a kind of cloud of fear descending upon them. And the inbox, the general kind of consensus is that people are not allowed to speak. Why are people being told they're not allowed to discuss this? If you live on the married patch, as we call it, the married quarters around Cameron Barracks, they are being told anyone caught speaking out about it or speaking ill of it will face some type of consequences. That's numerous people telling us this. This is not good, and it is not a good look in the MOD, but nothing surprises me with the MOD.
So what a day this has been. I've learnt loads. I've spoke to lots of people, and the general consensus are people are concerned. Some people are scared, and they're all nervous. And even so far as hearing that soldiers' wives have been told not to talk to people, that was one of the first things I learned when I was up here, because nothing would have made me more proud than to speak to one of our armed services partners. But they've been told not to speak to anybody about this situation, which in itself is almost an admission that there's something not right. That was a bit strange. And the amount of people, spoke to some really nice people who are just scared to talk. You could see it in their face when I said, "Are you local?" Yeah. Told them who I was doing a story about the barracks and the asylum seekers coming. And they were like, "Oh, I can't talk about that on the camera." But happy to tell you about their fears and their concerns. And I would say the majority understand that if it was women and children, that would be a different kettle of fish. But the fact that it's men only, and they've been told that, is a bit frightening. I've had sight of letters from MPs on official headed paper from Parliament suggesting that even Parliament don't want to discuss this. They're too busy. And I believe that the families who are still on the base of acting service personnel, as I say, they've had, I don't know if it was letters or otherwise, but they've been told not to talk about this, and that is really disappointing. So I hope you enjoyed this coverage. If you have, please hit the thumbs up, hit the share, and put your comments below. If you've not already done so, or even if you think you have, just check that you're still subscribed to the channel, and if not, hit the subscribe button below. But most important than all, have a great day. Cheery bye now. Behind me is Glasgow Sheriff Court, one of Europe's busiest courts. And because of that fact, we'll see every week several members of the public and podcasters, etc., facing trials in here for a number of things. However, an increase in number for posts on social media, videos on YouTube, etc., etc., etc. And for that reason and that reason alone, I believe it would make sense for everybody who does podcasts as a minimum to join the Free Speech Union, because they will help protect you when the law turns on you. That doesn't give you carte blanche to say what you want as a member, but it does give you the protection to help you when the law goes wrong. This is not now only something that should be considered by podcasters, because we are seeing more and more people each day arrested. Normal people who don't even see themselves as civilian journalists, arrested for posts on social media. So it makes sense to join the Free Speech Union because we live in this country in 2025.